just
It's
take
actually
over
shocking, bro.
massively.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's actually shocking. Like the fact is at Tottenham, there's already Tottenham fans already questioning Thomas Frank. And the wickedest thing is, yeah,
So,
Tottenham do not even have the history that Manchester United have. You've already got Tottenham. You've already got Tottenham fans already questioning Frank. And the funny thing is, yeah, they're not even being they're not being serious. If you look at the players that Frank actually has available with all the injuries that Spurs have, yeah, that's a shit team anyway, bro. Like, I'll be honest, like a lot of these Tottenham men they're overrating their players, yeah, for the fact that they're a team that's not used to having good players for very long. You know them, man. Like, they're not used to it. So on paper, because their team looks all right, yeah, they're like, nah, we're better than this. You're really not.
Now, the thing, the problem is with Spurs fans, well, some Spurs fans will have is, even though the individuals are not there from an attacking standpoint, what we talk about with Amorim, Frank's doing nothing to impact it. He's not
But he's got no one, though.
Anything. Yo, just sit deep, try hit on the counter.
Yeah, but he don't have no one, bruv. I'll be honest, yeah, the way that Frank wants to play, yeah, like, he'll set you up well defensively, but, bro, like, if you're shit, bro. Like, man are saying Tottenham players are decent. They're not decent, bro. Like, they're not, fam. I'll be honest. It's one of them ones where I think, you know what it is?
Go on.
People are underestimating, yeah, the level of coaching, yeah, that's available in the Premier League. And they're also underestimating the general level of player, yeah, in the Premier League. The thing is, in the Premier League, yeah, I don't think there's a big difference, yeah, between the really, really best players and the worst players. I think the gap is smaller than people realize. Whereas in the Liga, the difference between a fucking Lamine Yamal and someone else is major, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we're saying, yo, who's the best player in the Premier League right now? It's like, bro, who knows? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Because, bro, I'll be honest, there ain't no fucking standout players in the Premier League where I'm like, bro, like, these men are fucking, they're unbelievable, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're not, like, I'll be honest. That's like, when I'm looking at the Premier League right now,
you got Liverpool performing poorly and they would have some of the better players.
Bro, them man were telling me Isak was the best striker in the league. He's pants. Do you know what I mean? So, like, how was them man telling me that? Do you know what I'm saying? He's pants, bro. So it's one of them ones. And if man are saying Rodri and Erling are the two best players in the league, how come they both play for Man City, but Man City aren't the favourites for the league? Why they're not the favourites? These men have Odebear, yeah? Odebear's a decent player, but nobody's saying, yo, we should have signed Odebear. No one.
Definitely not.
Fucking, what's his name? Brennan Johnson.
Yeah, Brennan Johnson. Yeah, he's not.
Brennan pants. Do you know what I'm saying? Solanke pants. Man, don't rate that guy. Solanke is a bottom half of the table striker at best, bro. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, Solanke ain't a top half of the table centre forward. I don't care who you are. Like, none of the big teams. If you're a Newcastle, even if you're Aston Villa, you ain't trying to sign Solanke, bro. Like, he's a bottom half of the table striker that costs 60 million, bro. Like, Kolo Muani, I don't rate, blood.
I'll rate Kolo Muani. I don't rate Kolo Muani.
Richarlison is hot and cold, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? When Richarlison's hot, he's a handful, but most of the time he's cold, fam. Like, Tottenham ain't got ballers like that, bro. Their best players, yeah, technically, are Kulusevski and Maddison, and they're both injured, bro.
They are?
Do you know what I'm saying? And they got two decent centre-backs, but that's it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I like Jed Spence. Jed Spence is a good player. Do you know what I'm saying? But man, I'm talking about Jed Spence like he's world class and that, bro. No, he's a good Premier League fullback.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? But so is Olaena. Good Premier League fullback. Do you know what I mean? But these man ain't, there's no danger of them getting anywhere near world level. They're not that level.
No. So I think it just stems from with Thomas Frank and Spurs. It's just people as bad as some of the players are, because some of the players are not good.
Man, I'm saying Adogie's good, like, bro. Adogie's a decent player. But he's just decent, bro. He's just a good athletic left back. But Odogie's no better than the fucking Fulham left back.
He's a good fullback. I rate him.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. People wouldn't have said Udogie was better than that scrub Kirkes until he went to Liverpool.
But this is where systems matter, though, because we see the difference in Kirkes at Bournemouth and Kirkes.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying, Flawless. So man think ballers are better than they are. But the reality is, there's not
I
much
think so
between
in
all
regards
of
to
these
players.
players, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
in regards to systems do remain key. And I think Spurs fans' issue with Frank
brother,
is,
who's
for
looking at
example,
Spurs, yeah, and saying, rah,
bring
man need to
me
go
such
get,
and
what's
such
his
and
name?
such
The
and such.
the Uruguayan centre mid, bro. What's his name?
Oh, Paulino, you're talking about?
No, not Palhinha, the other
Oh,
youth.
Benton Kerr.
Who's saying, oh, we need to
Yeah,
sign
no one's saying
Bentoncourt?
Benton Kerr.
Bro,
But
he's whack, bro.
but
Bro, we have to be real, flawless. We
yeah,
have to have a proper conversation
we are
because,
having a
bro,
proper conversation. I
like
hear you.
nobody's saying, you know what? You know what's missing in
Yes,
my team?
yes,
Bentoncourt. No one
that's
is
it.
saying that.
And I've said this before about other teams. I use Bournemouth and Areola about with that same example. I think Palace Glasgow to a lesser extent because they have some better players, but he's getting the most. Because I think if you give Thomas Frank Palace's team, I don't think Palace perform the way they do. And that's credit to Glasner getting the most out of it. I don't think they do.
Bro, but this is what I'm saying, Flawless. So when we say that these players are good, we have to be real, innit? Like how I like to judge players is like, yo, even if I can imagine myself, managing a club, that's maybe not a big six club. I'm not looking at these Tottenham players and saying,
no,
run me that. Even Archie Gray, good player. But guess what?
You know what's
I'm not saying go get me a fucking Archie Gray because he's not Premier League ready, blood.
But
he's a youth.
Crazy. That statement you just made is most teams in the league. There's not many teams.
But this is what I'm saying. Imagine if you're David Moyes, and you're at Everton, you're not looking at Spurs and being saying, go get me a Bentoncourt. Bro, fuck that.
Facts, 100%.
And he's not saying that because he's like, yo, I need someone that's going to perform week in, week out. I need to win games to stay up. I can't be taking risks with these fucking hot and cold scrubs, Go get me a player that I know that's going to fucking play. Go get me a fucking McGinn or something because I know what I'm going to get out of that and I need that because my fucking job's on the line.
And they're one of the better teams, but outside of the big six, probably Newcastle and Villa. That's most teams in the league. Most teams in the league I look at and I go player-wise. I'm not saying go and get me such and such. I do rate Sarr. It's the odd
Sarr's
player.
A good player, but again, Sarr's like this.
He's here and
Sarr's not at the level where he's a 7 or 8 out of 10 every week. He's not at that level. He's had 9 out of 10 performances, but he's not an 8 out of 10 or 7 out of 10 every week. He's not.
But I think if you put him in Moyes' side, I think he's a 6 and 7 out of a week. A 6 and 7 every week. In a Moyes
but again, Sarr is probably their best centre midfielder though, outside of like not technically, but in terms of all-round midfielder that can give you a bit of everything. He's the main guy.
And that's where the criticism levels at the manager in regards to I say it about Amorim, we said it about Amorim about getting the most out of what you have. I don't rate that Spurs team like that. Granted, I don't rate most teams like that. Palace team, Bournemouth team.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. So with that in mind, if Thomas Frank's come in, and he hasn't had an overhaul yet, and the way that he sets up, really relies on his attackers to be quite ruthless. And then you look at that attack, what the fuck is he meant to do with that?
Yeah, don't like sit in, counter attack. Do something.
Where's the creative player in that Tottenham team? Because Maddison and Kulu were injured.
Yeah,
they don't have Heung-min Son. They don't have Harry Kane. So who's the creator?
Yeah, true say they don't have a.
They have no creator.
Brennan Johnson. Brennan Johnson, absolutely not. But I look at Sunderland the same way. Who's their creator?
Yeah, but bro, listen, I'll be honest. Granit Xhaka probably going to outscore all their midfielders.
So he's not.
Do you see what I'm saying? The creator is meant to be Xavi. He's a sideways merchant. That Xavi Simmons.
The issue lies in regards to if you give Thomas Frank that Sunderland side, I think they perform like the Spurs side. Granted, I agree the players are not the best, but I'll say this again: outside of the big five, excluding Spurs, Villa, and Newcastle, I don't rate these individuals. For Bournemouth, it's Semenyo, and I look how they pop the ball around at City, even though they lost the game. That stems from the manager. Same way, no one
stems from the manager.
Go get me a Tyler Adams. Go get me a Scott. Go get me a Tavernier. A Tyler removed, and we didn't even know about.
But it does stem from the manager. But at the same time, when I watched them against City, it was like you saw the clear golfing class between their players and City's players. Yeah, City looked like they can score whenever they felt like it. And that's the difference, isn't it? So
Areola, from a defensive standpoint, he used to do better there, even though I rate him. But
so when I look at Spurs, like their players, like bro, Everton have a better attack than Spurs, bro.
Yes, they do. They do, yeah.
So with that in mind, do you know what I mean? Like, what do we expect Thomas Frank to do with this team?
Nah, it's a question, like I said, of just like zero, like for instance, 0.05 XG is inexcusable. I'm not an XG guy, but that is in it, especially against, you're not playing Arsenal, you're not playing prime Chelsea, you conceded 15 goals. You need to be performing better than that. I think you get, someone will correct me in the chat, I think you get 0.05 XG just by getting on the pitch. I think I
probably.
don't think it
You know what
starts
I'm
at
saying?
zero.
Probably by just winning a corner or something.
Just
probably.
by win. So you did nothing. Them players are bad, yes. That bad? No, they're not Burnley.
Yeah.
And even Burnley will go to I don't know. No, they've not been. Burnley will go to Spurs and do better. But no, sorry, Burnley will play Chelsea and do better than that. 0.05 XG. Sunderland as well are using as an example. Leeds are used as an example. Granted, the individual quality is not there. They do have Kudus. Let's not just excuse that. Same way Bournemouth utilize Semenyo, do something to utilize Kudus.
Yeah, but even Kudus, Kudus is not, Kudus is not an Mbumo.
No,
do you know what I'm saying? Kudus has got a bag of skills and he can do things, but he's not an Mbumo, where your back's against the wall, he can cut in and just wrap one in the top corner, bro. He's not that kind of player, bro.
Individual quality, though. He's not that kind
he
of
has
player.
Individual quality, but he's not a match winner. Do you know what I'm saying? He's not a match winner. Like, he's a very good player, in the right system.
But utilize it, like I'm saying with Thomas Frank, utilize him better because he's talented. We spoke about
I've seen Thomas Frank utilize him in the two up front, and I think he played really well, bro. But the thing is, with this Tottenham team, you look at them, and it's just one of them ones where the way the manager sets them up is heavily reliant on players to be able to figure it out in certain areas, and they just do not have the profiles of players to do that.
Nah,
that's just the way I'm seeing it. Them man are fucking shocking, bro.
The players, again, I'll say this again, the individual quality is lacking there, but still do more than what you like, change it around. Because I think if you give those players to a better manager, they perform better. I think that team does. I don't think they 0.05.
Yeah, maybe they do in a different style, but at the same time, if Frank was doing what Amorim was doing and not making subs, that's one thing. I think this player make hella subs, but the thing is, my man's got such little squad depth that when he makes subs, they get worse.
Yeah, he's better than Amorim, I'll say that much.
And then again, they get worse when he makes changes.
He vouched for as well. So I can't even dispute that. That also falls on him. The likes of Paulinho and Bentoncourt, there's others. There's players there that he vouched for, like Tell, like Odegaard. That falls on you. You vouching for them. Why did you vouch for Tell? Why did you vouch for Kolo Muani? Not all of them, but there's multiple players there that aren't good enough.
I think a lot of them players were coming in anyway, bruv. I'll be honest, because
but he definitely, if you ask your bro about it, he'll be able to tell you a lot of them players that are there, he vouched for. Not all of them,
but Tottenham recruit for the club. I don't think he really had a say, bro. Do you know what I mean? Because I believe he wanted Mbumo. Do you know what I'm saying? And Mbumo laughed at them, man. He said, "Bro, what are you doing, man?"
Because they tried to get him after. Initially, we went in for him.
Yeah, but they were willing to pay more money as well. So it's not like you get what I'm saying.
But
you laughed at them, man.
Yeah, Kudus is not a bad option. He's not a bad replacement. I rate Kudus. I think Kudus.
He's a good player, but the thing is, for the way that Frank here has always had quite a robust attacking options, and even when you look at Spurs' attack. It's like, that's why he likes Richarlison. Because Richarlison's quite physical and quite robust, isn't it? Like, this is what he likes, bro. But who's running off Richarlison? Brennan Johnson.
Yeah, Brennan Johnson.
And Mateus Tell, bro. They're cooked, man. Like,
Brennan Johnson,
like, bro, man, have to keep it real. Brennan Johnson's a scrub, bro. Bro, honestly, he doesn't get back into the Forest team that he left.
Yeah, Brennan Johnson ain't it. He's not it. That is one player I won't defend. I'm just saying do better. Even though it's not the best, do better with what you have. Because I watch Sunderland play and I don't think it is. And the style of play is awful. You don't help. Like I said, whether you sit in and try counter-attack, do change it. What you are doing, the same way we talk about, do something tactically to change it. Because you are doing nothing. Like I say, Sunderland don't have quality creators in their side. And it works. Same way I use their midfield of Xhaka and Siddiqui, even though I think Siddiqui's a decent player, as why midfield works. You just utilize what you have, even if it's not the best. Granted, Ange had a terrible attack. Granted, Kulusevski's there, but I'm saying from an overall perspective.
Yeah, but Ange was still scoring goals, but then he was leaking, hemorrhaging them at the other side. Like, man saying that Frank's got a decent record, but here's the thing, though. He has got a decent record, but at the same time, it's like people complain about the style of play, but when they were scoring goals, with Ange and losing, they was complaining as well, bruv. So
because I think
you
you
know
can do
them,
like Ange can do he chose not to. He could have you could have set them up defensively better and still got goals out of them.